Good afternoon, Tomcat Nation, and welcome to another edition of the Tomcat Report. I'm your host, Berto Dryden. Let's take a look at what's been happening around campus. This past Saturday, both men's and women's basketball played against the Westminster Titans. On the women's side, they took the game into overtime but could not finish out victorious. The final score was 73-62. Junior Jocelyn Watkins finished the game with her career high in points with a total of 29 points. For the men's, senior Eric Mallinger was the spark and almost came close to another double-double, but totaled to 12 points and 9 rebounds for the game. The Tomcats cruised to victory with a final score of 66-48. Men's lacrosse opened their season this past Saturday. The presidents of W&J came to town and came out victorious over the Tomcats with a final score of 9-8. The Tomcats suffered their first loss of the season. Junior Timmy O'Shea led the Tomcats with 3 goals and 4 assists on the other goals. This past weekend, men's volleyball competed on Friday and Saturday. On Friday, the Tomcats earned a win by defeating the Saints from Marymount University to 3-0. Senior Michael Whitlock led the Tomcats with 11 kills. On Saturday, the Tomcats suffered a loss to Rutgers Newark in a close 3-2 finish. Indoor track and field traveled to Baldwin-Wallace University for a meet. For the women, junior Morgan Berg set a new school record in the 55-meter hurdles. Congrats, Morgan, on putting your name in the history books. Thiel Wrestling took their talents to the PAC Championship. Thiel brought home their 21st PAC Championship. So let's throw it over to Ed Tobolowski with head wrestling coach Craig Thurber to give his thoughts on his team.
Thanks, Berto. Coach Thurber, thank you for joining us today, and congratulations on the school's 21st PAC Wrestling Championship, your 8th as head coach, and your Coach of the Year award.
Thank you very much.
So how does it feel to be champs again?
It feels good. We wrestled well on Friday night, and it feels a lot better than taking second or third. So it's been a fun year, and the guys have been really wrestling hard, and it was a nice win on Friday night. So.
Like most PAC wrestling championships, this one came right down to the wire. The Tomcats secured the title with consecutive championship wins by Jordan Powell, Marco Crivelli, and Gerald Russo. At what point did you feel like the match was turning in your favor?
Well, we had 6 guys in the championship round, and we knew we had to win 4 of those 6 matches, and 3 of those matches we were matched up against W&J. And I was keeping track of the points, and I just told the guys before the round started, we got to win, we have to win 4 of these 6 matches. And I knew after Nick Sutton won at 141, we had to win. We lost at 125 and we lost at 165 with Brandon Collins. So I knew Jordan and Marco and Gerald, they all had to win their matches to win. And then Jordan was in a close match with the kid from the Blanco kid from W&J, and we were winning 1-0 going into the third period. And Jordan just got in a takedown, put the kid on his back and pinned him, and then, that was exciting, but we still had to win 2 more matches, and Crivelli came out and, beat the kid from Waynesburg, and then Gerald Russo won his 100th match against the kid from W&J to secure the championship, so that was exciting.
Did you feel like the pin was the turning point then?
Yeah, definitely sparked us and got some momentum going for us, and, the guys that were, coming up afterwards, I think they felt that energy, and it got us, rolled us through the next couple matches, so it's exciting.
Your team battled through a lot of adversity this season, especially with injuries. Does that make this championship even sweeter for you guys?
Yeah, all the championships are sweet, but this year, especially, losing, Jake Lowry and a couple of guys to injury, and, a couple other things that happened, it allowed us to have that opportunity for some of the younger guys to step in and do well, and we got some good experience, and it was, very exciting with, because you're just not sure, what's going to happen when you have guys get hurt and, have guys out of the lineup, not sure how people are going to react. And, we wrestled very well this second semester, and, things came together Friday night, and we have a couple more weeks left, and so we're looking forward to that.
Jordan Powell earned his 3rd PAC title last Friday. Can you just talk a little bit about how he's progressed throughout the year and where he's at going into regionals?
He always wrestles well at the second half of the season, and this time of year especially. He's one of those guys that gets excited for championship season and for the PAC, and he knows he's a guy that we can count on with with Jake going down earlier in the year. He's been the guy I've been talking to about you're the guy that has the All-American experience and the leader on our team with, that kind of stuff. So, he gets excited for that, and I think the guys, thrive off of it, and we have a lot of, good seniors that, work hard at it, and but having that experience going to nationals and being All-American and being in those types of matches, he gets ready for them, and he's ready to go for this time of season, and we're looking forward to him to a repeat of 2013 when he was 7th in the country. So.
Mid-East Regionals are coming up later this month. The qualifier for the NCAA D3 championships. Has this conference title given your guys a boost in confidence going into that?
Yeah, our team has been confident this whole second semester with with a lot of things that have happened. Been beating Waynesburg and W&J in the dual meets, and then coming through and winning the championship on Friday night. It gives the guys a lot of confidence, and they've just been working hard, and seeing the hard work's been paying off for them, and I think we're getting ready here for a couple weeks, and hopefully we can get a few guys to the national championships in March. So.
And those are in Hershey this year.
Yeah, it's nice having a little closer. We've been in Iowa and Wisconsin the last 8 or 9 years, so to be a little closer and hopefully get some fans out there, and it should be exciting.
Thanks again, Coach. Good luck the rest of the season, and congratulations again on your championship and Coach of the Year award.
Okay, thank you very much.
Back to you, Berto.
To preview what's coming up this week, men's and women's basketball are closing the regular season with 2 matchups each, on Wednesday against the St. Vincent Bearcats and Saturday against our bitter rival, Grove City. Men's volleyball has a home match this Thursday against Penn State Barron, which will start at 7 p.m., and another match Saturday on the road against Stevenson University. After winning the PAC tournament, Tomcat Wrestling will travel to Case Western to take part in meet that will prepare them for the NCAA regionals. Track and field will be traveling to Kent State to participate in the Kent State tune-up. That's all that we have today, guys. Make sure you go out and cheer on your fellow Tomcats this weekend. From all of us here at the Tomcat Athletics, I'm Berto Dryden. Have a safe weekend, and remember, go Tomcats.